I mean, which is just wild. I mean, it's just so blatant and so in your face.
Yeah, it's weird.
So I want to flash forward now to 5.5 years after that clip on Joe Rogan, to Joe Rogan's show last week. So now he had Elon on, and here's Elon basically saying that Twitter 1.0, run by those two people we just showed you right there, was a government organization.
What was that like? Because that, to me, that was the most bizarre, was the Twitter files. When you let Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi and all those guys get in the Twitter, and the response where Matt Taibbi gets audited. I mean, which is just wild. I mean, it's just so blatant and so in your face.
Yeah, it's weird. No, I mean, the degree to which, and by the way, Jack didn't really know this, but the degree to which Twitter was simply an arm of the government was not well understood by the public, and it was whatever the official government. I mean, it was like Pravda, basically. A state publication is the way to think of old Twitter. It was a state publication.
And was the justification from their perspective that they are progressive liberals, they have the right intentions, it's important that they stay in power, the progressive liberals stay in government and power because this is their...
There was basically oppression of any views that would even, I would say, be considered middle of the road. But certainly anything on the right. I'm not talking about like far right. I'm just talking mildly right. The people like Republicans were suppressed at 10 times the rate of Democrats. Now that's because old Twitter was fundamentally controlled by the far left. It was like completely controlled by the far left.
So Harmeet, I think most people watching that, they get it. They now see that Elon has done good with Twitter. I think there's still a huge amount of problems there, and you just mentioned the sock puppet accounts. I mean, I'm seeing more bots and sock puppets. It's absolutely insane there, but he's clearly trying. Yeah. All of that being said, do you have hope that, say, Facebook and Google and YouTube's the #2 search engine. I think TikTok is now the #1 search engine. Do you have any hope that any of these things could be reformed through the government or they're on their own?
Well, so not on their own and not through the government, and God forbid that our freedom of speech hinges on the whims of one billionaire, much as we love him and what he's done with Twitter. But that cannot be the situation. And for years, like I said, I've been pleading with members of Congress who I have access to, do something about this. You just need to pass a law. We could have done it at the beginning of the Trump administration. They didn't do it. And it needs to be done. And this is a bipartisan issue. I don't want Republican presidents and Republican governments censoring the left either. People have a right to free speech in our country. And by the way, if Twitter is Pravda, imagine what the New York Times and the Washington Post and the San Francisco Chronicle and all these other rags, what are they? It's a poorly kept secret that what we see has been heavily manipulated by our government for many years, and citizens should have a right and a private right of action. Believe me, if lawyers start filing lawsuits and real money exchanges hands, this will stop.